You sense it, don't you? That feeling of not being quite ready, a subtle unease that lingers even when life seems fine. This isn't just random anxiety, it's a vital signal. The universe often prepares you for major shifts by first dismantling what no longer serves you. It can feel like everything's falling apart. Friendships fray, health issues arise, opportunities disappear, and motivation dwindles. You might feel like you're regressing, but you're actually shedding what isn't truly you. These aren't punishments. They're essential preparation. True transformation isn't about mere effort or luck. It's about becoming someone capable of holding the new. The universe doesn't bestow gifts until you've been refined from within. As understood by thinkers like Jung, your deeper self eventually tires of waiting. When it's time for real change, it doesn't ask. It plunges you into chaos. Its turmoil is how your inner being rewrites itself. A sudden breakup, a job loss, an unexpected betrayal. These aren't random misfortunes. They are precise interventions, removing what has become stagnant or harmful. You might have seen them as injustices. But consider this. The biggest barrier between you and your desires isn't the world or others. It's the part of you still clinging to the past. It's wanting change without releasing comfort or control, for something genuinely new to emerge within you. Something old must fade away. Your ego, that long-standing protector, often becomes a cage. It prefers superficial adjustments over profound shifts, valuing safety even if it means stagnation. When real transformation beckons, the ego resists. And that's when discomfort begins. However, this discomfort isn't your adversary. It's a vital indicator. It signals you're breaking through old boundaries, and every true breakthrough demands a cost. The quiet and emptiness you might feel aren't abandonment. They are the calm between destruction and rebirth, fertile ground. For what's next? What you plant in this newfound space will grow stronger than ever, but only if you do so with clear intent. This period, the space between your past and future self, is profoundly significant. It's where you decide if you'll repeat old patterns or embark on an entirely new journey. Look inward. What habits are you still replaying? What fears are you still nurturing? What control are you unwilling to release? These are the questions life poses when it's gearing you up for something significant. Answering them truthfully is crucial. Otherwise, what you seek won't manifest, not because you're undeserving, but because you couldn't sustain it. Life doesn't grant wishes. It reflects who you embody. To embody your desires means confronting everything that previously held you back. Challenges aren't punitive, they're training. Every disappointment is an invitation to establish healthier boundaries. Every misstep is a chance to choose again with greater wisdom. Every loss serves as a reminder that nothing external lasts, emphasizing the importance of building your inner world. The true test isn't how you navigate smooth sailing, but how you respond when everything feels stacked against you. That's where your genuine character shines through. The universe doesn't reward the most clever, strongest, or most agreeable. It rewards coherence, those who courageously live by their truth, especially when no one is watching. Genuine transformation happens quietly. It doesn't seek external praise or validation. It develops in stillness and solitude. When it finally emerges, it doesn't need to convince anyone. It simply exists. So, if you're in a phase where things feel confusing, stuck, or challenging, don't shy away. Look deeper. You might be at the very core of the change you've been seeking, just on the cusp of proving you're ready for it. The ultimate challenge lies in how you react when the universe goes silent, when there are no clear signals, or when there's no applause. Many desire a new life, but are unwilling to change themselves, wanting a fresh chapter without closing the old one. This isn't how profound change works. The real alchemy begins when you stop seeking external solutions, start cultivating inner peace, recognizing its value above all else. What happens to you isn't personal. It's part of a universal process. We all pass through this refining fire. Do you have the courage to endure it, to let your old self dissolve, allowing a more authentic you to emerge? If you do, the universe will respond. You won't have to chase change. It will find you as a natural outcome of who you've become. The paradox is that what you seek often appears when you no longer desperately need it, because you've shifted your focus to the journey rather than just the destination. This is what the universe has been patiently waiting for. Understand this. You're not being punished. You're being prepared. Are you ready for this test? Beyond being tested, there's the unveiling, realizing what these experiences reveal about your true self. When life shakes you, it's not external transformation. It's making visible what was already within you, yet unacknowledged. Many feel shattered during these times, when in reality they're simply being exposed. What surfaces might not always be pleasant: insecurities, a craving for approval, emotional dependencies, or pride masked as confidence. These traits were already there. Pressure simply makes them undeniable. Pressure doesn't create your flaws, it highlights them. Once visible, you can no longer ignore them. The true purpose of these challenges isn't to test your strength, but to sharpen your perception. You don't need to be stronger. You need to see with more clarity. Observe the unquestioned habits, the childhood beliefs, and the old narratives you cling to avoid evolving. This is where your shadow self comes into play. The parts you've hidden to fit in or be loved. As Jung noted, true enlightenment comes from confronting your inner darkness. Life's trials act as spotlights, forcing you to look where you've always avoided. Why do many resist change, even when their lives demand it? They prefer the comfort of familiar brokenness over the uncertainty of healing. The ego clings to the known wound, but genuine transformation happens in the unknown, in that courageous leap. Letting go isn't surrender. It's trust, an acknowledgement that you don't control everything, but you have faith in the process. This faith isn't blind. It's born from looking back and realizing every loss and setback was precisely what you needed to shed. True awakening isn't always a dramatic mystical event. Sometimes it's a quiet moment of profound realization, a raw understanding that you can no longer ignore your inner truth. This reality is the only thing capable of transforming you. Everything else is fleeting. The universe isn't here to entertain you. It's here to awaken you, to consistently reveal that what you seek is already within, buried under layers of fear and self-deception. Want a new reality? Be prepared to shed your current self. You can't bring your incomplete survival-based self into a new existence. Surviving is not living. The ego merely survives. The soul truly lives. As long as you make decisions to avoid discomfort, to please others, or to maintain control, you'll remain in survival mode. But when you choose to act from your core truth, without guarantees, that's when genuine living begins. When the universe tests you, the most powerful response isn't resistance or mere endurance, it's listening. Every challenge carries a message, encoded in what causes you discomfort. What bothers you most often indicates what you most need to examine. Pain isn't the issue. The inability to interpret its message is. When you see difficulties as injustices instead of insights, you miss their inherent lessons. You're not being punished. You're being called to remember your authentic self, hidden beneath layers of conditioning. The universe desires your honesty, not your strength, because true power radiates from sincerity. The essence of real change isn't forcing a new version of yourself, but allowing the one that's always been there to finally emerge. Are you willing to embrace this? This willingness, and only this, determines your readiness for what you've desired. Remember, you are defined not by what you endure, but by how you choose to respond. When your response aligns with your truth, the universe mirrors it back, reflecting your authenticity. Do you want to continue this journey? Let's explore an uncomfortable idea. What if it's not the universe holding you back, but you? Not from a fear of failure, but a fear of success. Shining implies responsibility. Manifesting your desires means you can no longer hide behind convenient excuses. You'll have to step forward. Your mind, that relentless producer of justifications, can make you feel busy and productive, yet you remain stuck. This is the trap of endless preparation, the excuse of not being ready. You'll never feel fully prepared for the unknown, because True readiness activates not before, but during the leap. Your mind protects you, but it can also paralyze you. Its role isn't to ensure your happiness, but your safety. Even if that safety is a gilded cage, you might repeat, "Better the devil," or wait a little longer. The universe patiently waits for you to release your grip, because until you do, profound breakthroughs can't reach you. Real internal change isn't about intention, it's about action. It's not defined by what you want, but by what you're willing to leave behind. You cannot cling to your old identity and simultaneously embrace a new life. Many desire external change without changing themselves. A sophisticated form of self-sabotage. You might believe you're moving forward, but you carry a baggage of past thoughts, automatic reactions, and the need to be right, repeating old patterns. With new faces and excuses, consider the repeating cycles in your life, the same relationship dynamics, the same conflicts, the same breaking points. Why? Because the lesson hasn't been learned. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" ask, "Why is this happening again?" Until you shift your response, the universe will repeat the question. Life is governed by awareness, not time. When awareness is absent, repetition occurs. Once you awaken, even slightly, there's no going back. This awakening is irreversible. It can be painful and confusing, making you question everything. Yet you can't fully return to your former unconscious state. You've seen and felt too much. Old habits no longer fit because you no longer fit them. This is both beautiful and challenging, as the price of awakening is constant discomfort and a relentless pursuit of truth, and intolerance for falsehoods, especially from within yourself. This leads to the profound grief of identity. To become who you're meant to be, you must bid farewell to who you were. This isn't just about changing habits. It's about shedding the self-image you constructed for survival, acceptance, or love. You'll have to let that image die, accepting that many of your fiercely defended aspects were mere defenses against vulnerability. The strength you showed was often a mask for fear. This hurts. It's looking back at years spent trapped in a partially true self-concept. But this pain is medicinal. The more authentically you face your illusions, the more space you create for your true self. In that raw, unadorned state, the universe begins to act. Not because you're perfect, but because you're finally real, human. It's honest. When you reach this point, you stop seeking external validation. You no longer need proof that everything will be okay, because you simply know and feel it. You become the kind of person who trusts their intuition and their truth. Even when the path ahead isn't entirely clear, this might be the most significant shift. Moving from seeking certainty to living from presence and conscious surrender. Not as defeat, but as wisdom. The one who truly surrenders doesn't give up. They align, adapt, and transform. Only then does the universe respond with clarity. Life doesn't respond to your desires, it responds to your frequency. When your energy is coherent, undivided between what you long for and what you fear, what you say and what you do, everything shifts. The universe simply mirrors you, are now at the precipice, facing your most powerful and honest self. Question isn't whether you'll succeed, but whether you dare to stop being who you were to become who you are destined to be. There's only one decision left, to leap or to keep gathering excuses. The hardest part isn't changing, it's ceasing to justify an action. Life transforms through decisions, not intentions, and that decision point is now, not an impulsive jump. But that quiet internal knowing when your soul says, enough. Enough seeking external approval. Enough settling for familiar discomfort. Enough wanting to change the world without facing your own shadows. This enough isn't shouted, it's deeply felt. When it arrives, you simply move forward. Clarity follows the decision. It doesn't precede it. Stop waiting for a sign. You are the sign when you choose not to look back, responding to the universe with commitment, not just a plea. The universe doesn't just hear your words, it observes your actions. What you desire already exists in a timeline where you chose differently. That version of you is alive now. Do you want it? Then embody her, breathe like her, think like her, decide like her. The secret isn't forcing the future. It's becoming the person who makes it inevitable. Do it not out of pressure or fear, but for the part of you that knows you weren't meant to merely survive. You are here to ignite from within. Consumed by authenticity, a part of you that needs no external approval to exist, already awake and waiting for you to fully step into your power. This journey asks you to question every certainty. The next time life feels like it's falling apart, don't flee. Observe, breathe, give thanks. It might not be your end, but the precise beginning of your true story,